everywhere I go, I see his face.
I'm retarded?
Break it to you losers, but Han Solo's a bitch.
Oh, no, he didn't. No, he
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch.
Motherfucker.
People are counting on us. The galaxy is counting on us. Solo, we'll figure it out. We'll use the Force. That's not how the Force works.
Wookie, you're so bad.
Oh,
God,
That is the reason why I don't put
hilarious.
my face on camera.
That was glorious.
Oh, and we're starting the show. I'm going to have to leave as soon as we start with the first intro and come back in. Welcome to something Sunday. StreamYard's just being a pain in the ass.
water's wet, sky's blue.
Yeah. So we'll get started. We get Beard's first time on here. We'll let him go first. While he's going, I'm going to back out, come back in. Let's go.
How you doing?
Get no examples. Just go for it.
Hi.
Introduce
Introduce
yourself,
yourself,
the whole
sir.
show like handed off to me. No, it's nice to be here. I've caught a couple of streams for this every now and then, and a couple of replays. And I'm looking at the list what we've got coming up. There's definitely some things to talk about. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, there's never a dull moment in these parts.
I would imagine not. Good
and
on
he's
you for
back
looking
again.
at the
There we
list.
go.
I completely forgot to.
What does that
Are you
say?
fully functional, sir?
Yeah,
Check
hopefully.
out-
We'll see. Does this stuff
check
work?
out- Check
Yep,
out
that worked.
Recovery.
Yeah, stream.
Of
Ahsoka for us to explain.
I know. I was like typing really fast. I didn't write it right.
Wow.
Did Beard go all the way around?
Well, Beard
He
jumping
just
harder.
got done with his as soon as you got back in.
All right. So ask
Or
me then,
less.
sir.
Huh? What about me?
How have you been?
School starts tomorrow.
Is that good or
Okay.
bad?
Okay.
Acid.
I guess he
All
does.
right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Suddenly I feel better about my intro.
Good talk.
Fractured, how have you been, man? I seen you playing Super Mario last night. It looked like really a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I was playing Super Mario Wonder. It's pretty fun, pretty quick and everything. Whoa, who got okay? Acid
Yeah,
got
there you
loud for a second there. Played it for a couple hours. I do want to play some more. I'll probably play it tonight after I get home from grabbing dinner and stuff. But and so far just enjoying first day of my vacation, being lazy as shit and finishing off the KFC we had last night.
Finishing off what?
KFC.
Oh, okay.
Kinky fucking chicken.
Wow.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Chips, dips,
Maybe
chains,
that's-
and whips. Where'd
maybe
Acid
that's
go?
Hey, the best thing they ever, the best dish they ever made that they ever came up with is that KFC bowl. That thing is gold.
I just had the old school meal, the whole family meal.
The question is why
Not
it took
potatoes
so
and
long. The question is why
Right?
it took so long to come
Right.
up with that poll. Like everyone's been doing this for years. Like,
But otherwise, that's all she wrote for me.
I know Joker's been super busy.
I have been. I had a busy week last week. I was up till I got both my Monday and Wednesday videos scripted out yesterday. Woke up early, got errands done, and now I'm here and doing more recording tonight and going to work. It's my Monday tonight, so there we go.
Fun. Static was doing some streaming last night.
Yes,
how did that go, sir?
I was playing Lords of the Fallen. Beat the first two main bosses and several mini bosses. Actually, it might have been the first two main bosses and then a bunch of mini bosses. I might do more tonight. I haven't decided. And then I've also got 2 more videos to edit, possibly a third to make. We'll see how after the show goes with certain topics. And yeah, got a bunch coming up next week too.
Nice. Acid's PC just blue screened.
Okay. Fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Lovely.
I thought he just put a 3060 and stuff in that too. Yeah, I've been working on some stuff, trying to figure some stuff out. Just editing sucks. I'd almost rather just pay somebody to do it. Man, Melee's in here. What's up? Too many games to play this year. Yes, it is.
Yeah, Lords of the Fallen is awesome. I can't really compare it to Lies of P because they're both similar in the same vein as like gameplay and whatnot, as far as like that Souls-like type thing, but they're both very different games as well. I think Lies of P is awesome. I think Lords of the Fallen is I like Lords of the Fallen more just because I like more of the like fantasy type shit, not so much the steampunk stuff.
Jacob
rolling in here now. So everybody knows I usually put out a doc a couple days in advance and add to it as we go along. Joker sent me a link. He said, "Hey, let's talk about this." I had completely forgotten about it. And I know Joker is very attached to this person. He likes his DC animation a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
I got to share my screen again since I backed out.
Is it?
Veteran voice actress. Veteran voice actress learns she's fired on social media after supporting Israel, bashing Hamas terrorists. Tara Strong, who is Jewish,
yes,
put out a couple of texts and a couple of tweets condemning Hamas. The rhetoric was being slammed as Islamophobic. So evidently the people she was fired from, what's the name of it? She helped them get up and running.
Right.
Right. She campaigned for them on Kickstarter and everything else. Quite an attractive lady for her age.
Wait, go back
Still
up.
looks great.
Was that a quote that she had? 2 paragraphs, up 2 paragraphs. This is what happens.
Yes.
Yes. You help fans get shows made. I guess fired for being Jewish. Glad I helped you get your Kickstarter money. Please lose my email address and pray for my family in Israel and in Gaza. Pray for peace.
Yep.
All she's asking for is peace. Yeah, like I saw a few of her tweets and they were nothing like.
No, they were not
insane by any means. Like they were not spicy or anything.
No.
They were just like, I support Israel and she's very much in favor of no one dying.
Yes.
Right.
I think that's how we all feel about this. Well, I do lean towards the Israel side. I'd feel bad for the people on the Palestinian side too.
Right.
A lot of innocent people dying rather than just stop.
and I think that's something we can all agree on. War is bad.
Yes.
People dying unnecessarily is bad. I think that is a universal truth that we can all agree upon. And
I looked up her IMDb. She has 647 acting roles.
Yep.
She was Harley Quinn. She was Batgirl. So she played both sides of the aisle. She was Raven. I think Joker was just listing them off earlier.
Yeah, she some of her most prominent roles in the cartoon Drawn Together. She was Toot, and she was the princess. Powerpuff Girls. She's Bubbles. She's Twilight Sparkle for My Little Pony. Fairly Odd Parents. She is the lead. She is Timmy Turner. And she got her start as Harley Quinn from the Arkham video games. And like I said, she is, I would say, if not the one of the best voiceover artists in the biz. I mean, she is up there. Thank you, AJ. Exactly. She is one of the top. I think the person who has the most voice credits is Jennifer Hale, who has 1,000.
Yeah, I watched a thing on her, and she was so mind blown that doing Batman with Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy, she's like, it blew her mind to be there with those two great actors voicing. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of messed up. We also got a short here.
Short.
This guy I know.
He's kind of a jerk.
Hear that?
Hello, it's me, Joker Boys, here at Level Up. And who better to say hello to all my subscribers than? And what would you love to say to our lovely subscribers? Why don't we just steal them instead? Okay. And also, to the 50% of you that are not subscribed but still watching my content, Holly, what do you say to them? I say you better subscribe. Exactly. So, as always, have a great time. Hashtag keep talking, and always keep a smile on your face. Toodles.
Y'all can hear that, right?
Yep.
All right.
I think that's the first I've ever seen Joker without a hat on.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah. You look. How long ago was that?
That was when I was barely over 100 subs. That was almost 2 years ago.
You look so young there.
I know.
It's been so hard 24.
on you. I know. Right.
But that's cool of her to do that with a fan too. So she's very approachable, evidently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's tons of footage of her at cons now with fans, especially little kids who come up and they're dressed as Raven, or they're dressed as the Joker or little Harley. She is wonderful with fans. She absolutely adores her fans. She loves her fans. So now I have also seen, I've seen posts from hers where she politically, she and I will disagree 9 out of 10 times. We are on the complete opposite ends of the spectrum, and I don't care. That's not what what this is about. And I kind of got this kind of lit a fire under me, because if you look at what happened to her, it is eerily similar to something that happened to someone that we all supported. That would be Gina Carano, and there's been nary a peep.
Yeah.
How long ago did this happen?
Less than a week.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're still talking like 3-4 days.
I kept seeing people bashing her, and I'm like, what are they bashing her for? And I looked, and I meant to put it on the docket because it was, like I said, she found out on Twitter just like Gina Carano did.
Right. And
that's so messed up.
And her tweet was dubbed by what's it? Brain Mill Animation is the company that was doing this Boxtown project, that they need to protect their viewers from hateful rhetoric and misinformation.
I hope that business goes out of business. I hope they go out of business. I hope no one watched that show. These people are terrible fucking people, and they are gaslighting the fuck out of you.
And
I haven't heard anything about this until yesterday. And
as you said earlier, without Tara, this Boxtown project would never happen. They used her face, her voice, because this was a fan who came to her and said, "Hey, we really would like to get at this thing started. We want you to be the voice of the main character." They used her brand to kickstart this thing, to get this thing funded.
Yeah.
So now, her being canceled from this show, has she lost her agent? No. Has she been is she now the blacklisted from Hollywood? No. So there is some differences between her and Gina, but but that's still that shouldn't matter.
Well, that's only
in
a
my
matter
book.
of time. As far as I'm concerned, it's only a matter of time that she gets blacklisted from Hollywood if they actually pay attention to her tweets, because she quote tweeted Chris Billboard or Billboard
Mhm.
Chris or whatever his fucking name is, the guy that goes around asking people about, destroying children.
Mhm.
And if that, I'm actually surprised that there isn't more outrage over that.
Yeah, well, now everybody's gonna be digging through her tweets too. So look for more to get stirred up.
And
they'll go digging through everything. 10 years ago.
Yeah, she's very accomplished.
And they're going to dig through
I didn't realize
her
how
Instagram
many
as well.
cartoons I'd listen to with her in it.
Oh yeah.
Well, she probably, if they do decide to do that, she probably always go to work for Vic.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's bullshit. It really is bullshit, especially if she's Jewish. Hamas is on the national terror list. It is considered a terrorist organization in many countries. Antifa should be on there, but they're not. They are in certain countries. I think in Spain they are.
Hamas is a little surprising. I wonder if they don't get removed from that list.
Yeah. So we'll see.
And this is just a little side thing, and maybe I can toss it around here. But yes, this is not being very well covered. As Static said, he only knew about it from yesterday. Do you think it's because Tara has the wrong politics that she doesn't get championed like Gina did?
And I don't think Gina's politics are necessarily right wing. She just asks a lot of questions.
You know what? I bet it picks up steam tomorrow.
You think so?
I think as more people look into this, I think it's going to be a slow thing, but I don't think it's going to be anything like Gina by any means.
Correct. Right.
Certainly, and definitely not on the same levels as, say, someone like J.K. Rowling.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually, that's kind of surprising that it's not the same scale as Gina, because this woman, some could argue, is possibly more famous than Gina Carano.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she's a voice actor, she's just not as well known.
Right. I think it's probably because it wasn't. She wasn't fired from a project as big as The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It's a small project, and she's not. It's at least yet blacklisted from everything else. So it's not as a big public cancellation as you saw with Gina Carano. So I don't know if it's going to pick up much steam. You'll probably see it hit here and there, but unless something else happens to her, I don't think you're going to see headlines on her.
Because the only thing that I've seen covering this was WDW Pro, which
I got
then
a thing from comicbookmovie.com.
Okay,
which is great for the people. Read what you post online before you actually fucking post it, because the comments in here are something else.
I'll bet.
Das, you should check out Static's video on that. He did a pretty good job on it. She said she's willing to spend time in prison over her views. She doesn't care.
Right.
Oh yeah, I read that.
JK is pretty much uncancelable now.
Yeah.
So just real quick, my whole thing is I wonder who she's going to vote for, because it's the party that she likes that wants to send people to jail for using the wrong pronouns.
Yeah.
So I'm real curious what she does with that.
Yeah. She's a lefty.
Right.
Not that I care what side you're on, but as long as you can come to the table and be amicable, we're fine. But yeah, she does have left-leaning politics, and the left-leaning party is the one that wants to do this. So it's interesting to see. There's been a lot. You've seen this stuff in Chicago where they're yelling at the mayor about all the immigration coming into Chicago, and they're like, "Well, the Republican Party is starting to look pretty nice."
As a Texan, I cannot care less about anybody else in the country that complains about people coming into their cities.
Right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, y'all voted for it. Y'all get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll send them to you. Please go ahead.
So a lot of people
I'm in
don't
Arizona
think this,
and I can relate.
Yeah.
a lot of people don't think this next thing here is controversial. I think it's kind of interesting. It's not necessarily controversial. What's up, Kangs? Oh, you fucking bitch.
Just try to do my job.
Oh, no, I thought it was StreamYard's fucking up. I was like, fuck. But this is pretty interesting because he's kind of changed his politics a little bit, or I wouldn't say his politics, but he's come around to asking more questions and being open to things. Jon Stewart's the problem not moving forward at Apple amid creative differences. Jon Stewart, as of recently, has been asking more questions and harder hitting questions. He did his little stint in front of Congress and some other stuff. I think he kind of actually gave Trump a little bit of credit at one point too.
Yeah, but he also like when this show started, I forget what it was, but I remember seeing a clip from the first episode, and like he had always kind of had like a little bit of that pushback with either side of the political spectrum. But in this first episode, it looked like he had bought all in on the left. So this is interesting to hear.
Yeah. And but yeah, they go into it. Where is the line at? Sources tell THR that there had been tension between Apple and Stewart ahead of the show's third season return over topics featured on the problem. Those same sources note that Apple approached Stewart and informed the host that both sides need to be aligned regarding topics of the show. Stewart source says balked at the idea of being hamstrung by Apple, which threatened to cancel the series. Stewart sources say he wanted to have full control of the series after Apple threatened to cancel the series. He told the tech company he was walking away from the show rather than have his hands tied.
So, okay, we don't know who was on what side of this argument, but like, why don't you give Jon Stewart full creative control? Like, why wouldn't you do that?
I mean, if I remember skimming over this article last night, the two specific things they mentioned is China and AI.
Yeah.
That he was either questioning or pushing back against, that he wasn't aligning with what Apple wanted.
Well,
yeah,
Apple
supposedly he's really against AI.
Align with China, so we know that much.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an interesting development. I won't give him like full credit, like, oh, he's finally come around to seeing the light and everything. I regard him much like Bill Maher. Every now and then they'll kind of shift and start asking real questions and probing real problems. And then they'll flip back to kind of the talking points. And then it's a cycle. You just have to give it a little bit of time.
Like a broken clock.
Yeah.
Bill Maher's broken clock, though, is turned on to like 4-hour intervals.
It's true.
Yeah.
Last week, he told everyone not to go to college and that they're nothing but indoctrination camps.
Yeah. Well, I think we all agree with that.
Yeah.
Now, more celebrity crap. I really need to think of a crossover for that. Jada Pinkett Smith didn't realize Will Smith hit Chris Rock until she was told he's not going to press charges.
Wait, what?
How the fuck do you miss that?
That's what she said. She said the broadcast began with the image of Pinkett Smith's husband slapping Pinkett Smith's husband, Will Smith, hitting Chris Rock during the 2022 Oscars. And Pinkett Smith voicing her disbelief at that moment. I looked at Will and I said, "You hit Chris?" With her physically appearing on screen while speaking the words. Like, you actually hit Chris.
She didn't say a fucking thing.
No.
Jeez.
But yeah, come to find out, they weren't even they've been living separate lives. I don't know if they were living together or not.
Oh god.
SNL roasted her yesterday.
Yeah, since 2016. Oh, the person that needs to be roasted is Will Smith.
He's a bitch.
I think that's roasted enough.
Well, there are two options here.
He's a cop and he's a cuck.
Yeah, there are two options. Either she has some serious dirt on him, or he is just a hopelessly
Beta male bitch.
Yeah, I was about to say in love, but then I stopped myself. No, he's not. He's just beta. He can't dare to let go. And the way she talks about it is that, he's so old, who would take him anymore? What kind of condescending bullshit is that? I don't know what exactly why they are in this setup, but nobody believes her in whatever her explanation is at the moment. And I think in the interview this article is talking about it, she basically explains it 2 or 3 different ways, and none of it makes sense.
She was lying about talking to Tupac while he was in prison or whatever, because she said she went to see him, and she was like in California or somewhere else in New York. No, she was in New York when he was in California or something like that. It was just, she was just lying about she's just lying all in that book. Her little everything she said.
Okay, because the woman here was nothing in Hollywood until she married Will Smith.
Yep.
Yeah, she like little bit roles. And I just don't get this whole thing. Like, even his kids are all fucked up now.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're definitely what's the word for it? They're definitely blue pilled. They've been eating the bugs and everything else.
I mean, but I don't keep up with celebrities. They're grown ass adults now, right? Both of them.
You would think.
There's an argument for that. Maybe a lot of them never grew up.
Right.
Well, I just say, because part of what she says is that she kind of alludes to the stay together for the family sort of thing, which I can get if you've got young kids or you got kids that, just getting through high school and you kind of want to stay together for them to get them off on their own before you subject them to all this drama. But I mean, she's already out there sleeping with whoever she wants to. They're practically not living together. At least that's the feeling I got from it. And if the kids are grown, then there's no staying together for the family. It's you're using his name. He is a utility for you.
Mm-hmm.
The daughter and Jada's mom was on the podcast where they talked about her sleeping with their son's friend.
Yeah.
So I agree. Stay together. Stay. What you said about staying together for the kids, that's something worth talking about. But if your kids are already retarded, fuck it.
And the part about that entire interview, that big interview, was there's Will, and she basically says, yes, I have fucked everyone in Hollywood. How would you feel about that? To his face.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't even have his balls in her purse. She's got one in each shoe that she constantly steps on.
Well, and she states in that interview that Chris Rock had asked her out. And Chris Rock's stand up, he said, he was feeling sorry for Will Smith and tried to reach out to him when all this stuff started going on. And he's like, you fucking slapped me.
Me? Yes, slap me.
Yeah, the guy who's rooting for you, trying to help you out. And that's a sad story right there. Will Smith has gone downhill. And the empowerment that Jada's getting over this is retarded.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's going on the book tour with her.
Of course. Is she going to be on a leash?
Yes.
They might as well.
Yeah. He might as well put
at
the
this point
suit
lean
on.
into it.
I was about to say gimp suit. Yeah.
I mean, she might as well just lead him in, and then just say sit, and have him just.
It's just not the Will Smith I remember.
Yeah. So here's the thing: he could just make Bad Boys 3 and get his money back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. At this point, if this goes on much longer, his name and his brand might be damaged enough as being this weak little bitch boy that people aren't going to go see him like they used to.
Wasn't that one of the things he said too in that whole interview thing? Was like, this is you are potentially damaging my brand here. Well, I mean, no, she already had, but this is like a while ago before even more of this shit started getting out, and he brought it up I think that was the same one where we got basically him crying And that was he was saying that she's effectively damaging his brand as they're having this whole interview, and she's basically airing their dirty laundry of everything.
Yeah. His days as a action star are done. Done.
Yeah. Yeah, because no one's gonna watch it. Mark Lawrence was super mad at him because when he slapped Chris Rock, that stopped production on Bad Boys 3. They were starting to roll into pre-production on that.
But
I guess
what did she expect when she had that round table and saying all this in front of him? Did she expect like some kind of like everybody applauding that she did all this?
She thought it was empowering.
Slay, queen, slay.
It wasn't. No one. It was like, why?
Yeah, people did applaud her on their side of the table there.
Because she's a strong woman.
Whammy.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of strong women.
Hey! Wow. Wow.
Wow, nice timing.
Hi, Brad.
Speaking of strong women.
Oh, jeez.
Bradley, you missed the Wolverine intro.
You're a little hot there, Brad.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's definitely hot.
Hot.
How's that?
Oh yeah. Just a scotch less.
There.
Just a little bit.
How about now?
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Beforehand, you were too hot. Static couldn't handle it. His nethers were just.
Yeah, I know. I was ready to take my shirt off.
I do have that effect on a lot of people. Unfortunately, it's a burden. It's a burden.
I already took my pants off, so
you started with pants.
Yeah,
they were making another Bad Boys, whichever one it was.
Yeah, Bad Boys 3 was the one with the kids.
What kids?
The new team.
Was their kids?
Oh, that's right. No, so
I
what?
haven't seen the other one. There's 1 and 2. That's it.
I don't remember. 3. They definitely were kind of like mocking them being old and stuff. It was, yeah.
Nothing like degrading your heroes.
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
I
mean, hey, Star Wars has now made a business out of it.
Yeah.
Made a business out of being losers.
MCU's doing it too.
MCU as well.
That they've
not
made
like
a
shitting on the
successful
past,
Has Star Wars made a successful business doing it though? I mean, they are
You
closing.
say it was successful to say that they made a business of it.
Yeah.
They are closing their hotel and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Star Cruiser Hotel.
We'll get into that on the Disney stuff. There's some rumors there.
Okay.
Once we get to Disney.
Right.
We got a couple more dumbass Hollywood stuff. And I mean, this one right here is dumb. George Clooney's proposal to end the SAG-AFTRA strike explained. This is dumb. So,
please,
his idea. Go ahead, Joker.
No, please, enlighten me. Please, George.
So he wants to, instead of getting the movie companies to pay more, work better with AI, all this stuff. His idea is, so under current rules, SAG-AFTRA members pay $231.96 in base dues a year, plus 1.575% of covered earnings up to $1 million. The A-lister proposal would eliminate that cap, subjecting all covered actors earning the 1.75 assessment. It would generate $50 million a year that goes to just the guild, just them. It doesn't go to the actors or actresses, which is what they're fighting for more money for them on the front end. He's trying to give it to them on the back end. That's how inept he is.
That's like borderline a complex bribe.
Yeah.
Yes. And it would.
But he pulled off all those schemes in Oceans. He's done so well.
Yeah. Yeah, it says more to the point, the major problem that this is the SAG-AFTRA strike is not about dues. SAG-AFTRA is on strike to increase actors' income, not to increase the funding for the union. Which it basically, if they increase their income, they increase their funding too.
Right. But this almost sounds like a NFL based contract with performance incentives.
Yes. But
I'm
basically
kind of
he's
for it.
saying, look, I want to go make my next $25 million. Here's a little more money and shut up. Some of these background actors and stuff like that, they're there on the set all day long and they get paid like $150. I understand it sucks, but it's also the dream, right? You're also living the dream.
But that's the thing. That's the real
Like
thing about this
interning, right?
strike is it's not affecting George Clooney's. It's not affecting Brad Pitt's. It's affecting, like you say, the day players.
It's
yeah.
It is commercial actors. It is those ones who almost get that line where it's like, your coffee, sir. That's the only line that they get, which I think was like Harrison Ford's first line ever on a film, was something to that matter of fact. This affects them. And if you've ever been on an active set, it's a lot of sitting around and doing nothing. Which is, I've been on 2, and let me tell you, those that craft services is no joke. That is some good eating,
Especially if you worked on Mandalorian, apparently.
oh, right?
Yeah, they said that was probably more money than all of one season of Battlestar Galactica was the food budget for that season of Mandalorian.
Jeez.
Yeah, but when you're talking like that, just the regular actors, like I was literally just watching Cheers the other day, like an early season of Cheers. And this is even before John Ratzenberger became a regular on the series. So occasionally you see some person chime up in the background. That's what this really is for. That's who's most affected by this. It's not Ted Danson or Shelley Long on the show that's being affected by it. It's those guys that are in the background, like you were saying, just have one line and are hoping that they can run with it and they make an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on one side, I am like, okay, you're living the dream. You're doing everything you can to get into Hollywood. You should suffer for it, because if it pays off, it's a gamble. If it pays off, you are going to
pay your dues
quite well from it.
Right, you pay your dues.
Yeah, it's like I got offered a job at NASCAR when I got out of tech school. Didn't pay shit because people want to be there. They want to be part of it. And that's how it should be.
Who's been
nerds? I got to get that clip too.
Nerf.
What is she
Narf
doing?
would be good too. Oh shit, we got Paula Dukin in here too. God, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys.
Kenzo.
Yep, Kenzo, Paula Dukin. I got this guy Static 2020 in the chat. I've never seen him before.
Get him out.
Fractured,
Get him out.
Wait, Fracture's in chat.
Chaka
Fracture's
Zulu's in here.
And here, what the
Fracture's
hell's going
in the
on?
chat too. Well, Fracture's
How's he
usually
in two
the chat.
places at once?
Magic.
Oh, it's a clone. Part of his clone army.
He's the Palpatine.
There's fractured and there's fractured with 2 A's.
That's right. That's right. Like Joris with 1 U and
And see,
Joris with 2 U's.
I love that I could say that here and people actually know what I'm talking about.
I'm waiting for the Static 2024 account to show up.
Give me 30 seconds here. Hold on. I can make one.
And Brad, and Brad, you're right. This, like we've said already a couple times, this does not affect the George Clooney's of the world. And this is just, hey, project, this is just kind of this disconnect that Hollywood has to the everyman. Even in their own field, there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
Well,
they
just don't see the little people around them.
No, they don't.
They
exist. I could win $100 million tomorrow and forget every one of you motherfuckers. But
I
will
will
try not to.
Are you kidding? If you would see me all over the place because I wouldn't be working. I'd just be doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it is what it's just snobbery. It is straight snobbery. We'll just give the union more money so they'll shut up and I can go make my $25 million while the guy can't even buy lunch.
And meanwhile, George hasn't made a film in how long?
Well, he's making his cameo in Flash. Come on, that was great, right?
Have you not seen
Shut
him
up.
in the Nespresso commercials?
Shut the fuck up with that Flash. I will beat someone with that shit.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
I
the
just-
Purge writers. It's also going to purge. They also are trying to purge the actors. They just want to digitally scan
Yep.
them and then use them.
Mhm.
Well, I'm
Okay.
okay
For
that. You
that.
pay me
I am
every single
all
time you
for
put
that.
me in there.
Right, but
You know.
but let's be honest, the studios aren't going to do that. So
No, and it's pretty dumb. It is pretty dumb. So you guys know there's a new Alien movie.
What?
No.
Excited about this.
Is it
Was that sarcasm?
No, I'm serious. I love the Aliens movies. That's one of my...
Uh-oh. I think
One
Get
and
ready for pain.
So it says here Ridley Scott watched the new Alien movie and said it's effing great. The director Fede Alvarez. I was terrified waiting for his reaction. So, oh God, he's the Evil Dead director. Oh fuck, it's gonna be woke.
So
Fraction's still happy.
God.
Well, I'm sorry. I just wanted this. I just want it all to burn at this point. I'm just like, just let it crumble, destroy itself, eat each other alive.
Was it the
Fucking
last
have
one or
at
the new
it.
one?
'Cause I'm the sort of motherfucker that just watches old stuff, plays old video games.
All right, he
Let
did
it-
the
let it go.
2013 Evil Dead, so that's not bad. He did the 2013 Evil Dead. That
It's not
movie
that
was
bad.
okay. It just really was a little bit different.
I'm waiting. I am waiting for people to start going after Ridley Scott the way they've gone after James Gunn when he said that the Flash was a great film, and
Yeah,
and
I was thinking
and
the
I'm,
same.
and I'm like, of course he's going to say
PR.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
Didn't Tom Cruise also say the Flash was great?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
here's kind of
What,
what
what was he trying to do?
he's just trying to build money for the company. Is all he was doing.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
Tom Cruise is also trying to help the movie theater industry as
That's
well.
true. That's true.
Care less, man. I like the Alien movies. I like the games. Don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I mean, you could say it's the worst damn producer or whatever. I mean, I still like the Aliens movies, and I'll still watch this one because it's an
Static,
Aliens
evidently,
movie.
you got a message from your nephew.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
You got nothing.
Care less.
But yeah, so Prometheus, I thought was okay. It didn't blow my mind. I have not watched Covenant.
I haven't watched.
Jacob.
So Romulus will be the first alien movie released since Disney acquired Fox. Going to be
Oh
bad.
God.
Alvarez confirmed that his director's cut of Alien Romulus is finished, and he recently had to go through an incredibly tense process of obviously sending it to Ridley Scott. I wanted him to see it before anybody, so I guess this is the director's cut, not the movie cut, is what they're talking about. Alvarez said, everyone gave me a heads up that Ridley is really tough. He's really, really tough, particularly if it has something to do with his movies. He really thought he was really tough on Blade Runner, which I thought was a masterpiece. He had issues with it because it's hard for him because it's his work. I asked him about the new Top Gun. He's like, meh. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was like, my brother's was original, and this is like, eh. He really respected it, but you could see how tough he was. So I was like, there's no way I win this one. So that gives me a little bit of confidence. If he's that tough on films, I didn't see what his response was publicly about Top Gun. Alvarez was terrified to meet in person with Scott after Scott watched Alien Romulus for the first time, but he knew he had to be there in person to listen to Scott's thoughts. Where is it? Even if he was going to say you destroyed my legacy. I think Prometheus kind of helped that.
Hey, low spec.
This is Fiddy. What can I say? It's fucking great. So I mean, if you made an alien movie and Ridley Scott watched it and came out and goes, that's fucking great. How good would you feel?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd want to jump from the rooftops. And brag. It's like you made a Star Wars fan film and George Lucas said, good job. I'd pee my pants.
Yeah, can you imagine what Ryan Johnson would have thought if George Lucas had said something good about Last Jedi?
But he was on the set. He was on the set. That's all that mattered. He's probably walking around going, Jesus.
He was just
fucking
watching a
Christ,
crime,
what are
that's
they
all.
doing?" Yeah, he's just watching it burn. And how much you want to bet he got paid to be there too?
Mm-hmm.
George, we really need you to come on here just to make it look good. Fine.
So before we hop over in the Disney section, there's a reboot. We're going to get into reboots in the Disney section, just going to bring us back to this section. Final Destination. That was a big series of movies for a lot of people. I never particularly cared for it. I just never followed.
Hooligan, right? There you go.
Never followed a truck following logs going down the road. Destination 6 is going to be a reboot. It's going to be from the side of EMTs instead of teenagers.
But
that seems a little bit interesting to me, but I never really followed the films in the first place. But
the whole fun is watching dumb teenagers get killed in brutal ways. That's the kind of the fun.
I mean, you'll probably still get that, but at least it kind of might be a little bit interesting to try to see people who don't understand why certain things are happening. I don't know. I'm reaching here. I didn't really even care for the original series. Of films,
I saw the first one and that was it.
I know there are a lot of people that are super invested in the Final Destination series.
So a bunch of like EMTs dying. Okay, I just watched the original Halloween 2 last night. Okay, so I've seen this now. So
yeah. I watched Faces of Death as a child. I'm good.
Yeah, I've already seen it.
Yeah, that's the reboot. So
neat.
Why are we rebooting everything? That's what I want to know.
Because there is no more creativity.
No one has original ideas anymore.
No,
it costs more money to write something new.
They can't even like pretend, like just to kind of like doctor things up a little bit, change it a little bit. No, we're rebooting it
because Hollywood is so scared of risk nowadays.
Yes,
they're absolutely scared of risk. They are terrified to take a risk.
They're hurting more than they actually know. Than they're showing. Definitely.
Yeah, I think that kind of touches on one of the Disney headlines. I won't jump ahead because if I remember correctly, Hollywood not wanting to take a risk comes up in one of these.
Yeah. That'll probably be the last one to cover for Disney because that'll take us back into Hollywood.
Got it. Jacob, catch up, buddy.
We are at 48 minutes. Let's do this real quick.
All right.
Jacob, just put it to 1.75. You'll catch up.
Commercial break.
Yeah. You know, sometimes dogs need more than just to be called a good boy. They need to know how we really feel. They need our boners. That's right. Only give your dog Boners brand dog biscuits. Dogs have been enjoying our boners for over 200 years. And if we can help it, they'll enjoy our boners for 200 more. With your help, they can. Boners brand dog biscuits.
Beard's dying. That's my buddy Pet This. He does a bunch of cool ass cartoons with dogs.
I was just looking at the entire time. I'm staring at made with almost real ingredients. I could not look away from that line.
I clicked the wrong thing and showed up. So we're gonna get into the Disney segment here, because we all love Disney here. I think we're huge Disney fans. We love Ahsoka, and all that stuff. Made a little thing.
That was loud. Look who's getting edgy over here now.
I'll have to turn it down and re-upload
with headphones.
Sorry for people in the chat if I blew your ears out.
That was it was fine for me.
It was fine for me.
Worked fine for me.
Joker needs to hurry up and finish the cigarette. First, look at Ironheart's new suit. Got leaked out. Merchandise.
She's looking kind of Samus there. Fucking
yeah.
Yes, indeed. The show has been pushed back until 2025. It's going to come out closer to Armor Wars. Which how do you have Armor Wars without Tony Stark?
Yeah, you kind of
Ironheart, duh. Jesus.
Oh yeah, she's the new genius and all. Yeah, she can do it. She's like the bestest ever.
Damn bigot.
Well, she had to
Maiden
have.
concert
She had to be
flashback.
told she would fail in order to be able to become great.
Yeah, Riri Williams.
Oh god. What a basis for a superhero.
So this is the new image. This is on a pair of
It says,
socks.
what?
Yes, this is on a pair of socks. You see the lines in it?
What?
TDS released this a couple earlier in the week, but yes, that's on a pair of socks.
This
TDS
looks like some sort of weird Power Ranger.
I was just thinking that.
So when I went and watched Wakanda Forever, I said specifically she looked like an animation character set in live action, but still being anime. The suit looks really, really bad. This suit doesn't look much better. It looks very anime. We don't have our anime authorized fanboy here. He left. Computer's giving him a hard time. But yeah, like even look at this. Like it's white here. It's right over here. Like they didn't even do a good job.
It's a pretty lazy.
It's not a sock.
Yeah, but still. I mean, they couldn't even get the coloring right. So
it looks pink.
It looks like a anime chibi thing, and that,
yeah.
I don't give a shit.
And that style often tones down a lot of detail and everything. So
You know the Iron Man
look like
suit,
this.
when they went full
That's the intention.
animation on it, started looking a little.
Kenzo, yes.
Well, no, it looked like it didn't belong there. That's what I'm saying. Like it did not look like it belonged there. I mean, that's the suit from Wakanda
But
right there.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense for the universe to be inspired by Iron Man. Even the Iron Man suit, when they were fully animating it, didn't quite look right, but you still knew it was an Iron Man suit. It still felt like it belonged in the universe. I mean, especially at the end where they finally got the gold and red right on the last suit. But this is this is ridiculous. This is stupid.
Yeah, this new design actually, it just hit me what it made me think of. It looks like that Blue Beetle design. With like the eyes and the blank, the just the one color face. They both look like budget Power Rangers.
Budget Power Rangers,
which are already budget. Let's face it.
I was gonna say they're already.
God.
Kind of
Oh dear God! New suit design.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Oh.
I mean, I know they
That's
did.
fucking good.
I know they did a lot of Iron Man armor, but all his changes, or like the Hulkbuster, not only had comic book origins, but it felt real and there was a purpose for it. Maybe it's just me being so jaded now, but I just look at this and thinking that's just a new toy they want to make.
So can I see this thing now? Sorry,
No, you're not going to see much of it.
That's on a pair of socks. No, we're not playing with the ball.
What? Playing with your balls? What?
Somebody's throwing me a ball right now.
Oh.
Your dog can throw things?
Now,
He's like dropping it in my lap.
A lot of folks don't. A lot of folks don't know this, but Ironheart's armor origin is from a hentai.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
I remember when that came out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They blatantly
Yeah.
ripped it off from a
pornography.
That's right.
yeah, Jav fucking video.
Go back and do my research on that. I mean,
Weird.
just uninformed,
Right, of course, because we want to be informed on all.
You want to make sure you're doing accurate reporting. Yes.
Yes.
I want to get down there and make the hard reporting.
Yeah, and honestly, let's be honest with ourselves. A lot
As
of
a
journalists
journalist.
are not doing it today. And if
Right.
you want to really
You have
go
to
the
do
extra
what they
step,
won't. You have to do what they won't.
I mean, we saw bad reporting last week. Everyone just jumped and assumed something that happened. as opposed to like taking the time and researching it. So absolutely, we support your beard. Go crazy.
Right.
You know.
You know what?
Well,
What
no,
can I
at least
say? I wanna
38
get
seconds.
hands-on, make sure I get
That
everything
was
straight.
that was
Hands-
propaganda.
wow.
Some
sir.
hard
That
journalism.
wasn't poorly informed. That was propaganda.
Make
Wow.
sure you hydrate.
Hands-on hard journalism. I love just
That's right.
That's just wow.
Look,
All right.
I don't have to get, I just
Rock
want to
hard.
do it right. I want to do it justice.
Right.
Absolutely.
Just go Clark Kent on
Oh
it.
boy.
Be the Man of Steel.
Oh, we got
Ew.
Release the Kraken's in here too. What's up, man?
What's up, Release?
Well, you guys are hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. Appreciate
Oh
it.
wait, you know what? Ariel's right. Oh, just read Ariel's last comment.
What did Ariel say?
Wait, hentai? Wait, hentai?
That's not shocking from her. So we all know Marvel's in the middle of restructuring, right? Disney's trying to calm the culture war down and do all this stuff
Rebooting.
and smooth things.
Are they
over.
though? Are they
As I
though?
say, this is what the third or fourth time they've said this.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Um,
so I'm just saying to quiet the noise
Yeah.
of
Right.
of the culture war.
So we know. Oh, go ahead.
No. I'm just gonna wait until you can say what's next.
So we know that they fired their diversity inclusion officer a couple months ago.
Tanja Newton, right? Tom Newton.
Yep. They
And-
have replaced them.
Mm-hmm.
Her, them,
Tisha
whatever.
Agmonte named chief diversity officer of Walt Disney Company.
Correct.
There she is. She's a pretty girl. She's not bad looking for an older lady. But here's a little more insight into her right here.
Uh-huh.
Architect of the first generation professional initiatives, first of its kind federal government diversity inclusion program, is highly regarded as civil rights and diversity champion whose personal and professional mission is to advance equitable opportunities for all. There's
Not
thing.
okay. Not
It's
equal.
not for all.
Not equal. Equitable.
Equity.
Right.
Well, and even when they used to say equality, it never actually meant it. This
So
is
she
always
worked for the
game
U.S.
term.
government.
Right.
For 23 years.
Yeah.
He's a bureaucrat.
She's a bureaucrat.
Gotta get them in everywhere.
And
And a lot of people miss this stuff.
So she worked for the government for 23 years when she finally came to the realization is like, hey, I can get paid more peddling this crap in the private sector.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, who's the comic writer again? That was a former Fed.
Oh,
Tom
Tom
King.
King.
Yeah.
Tom King.
Imagine that.
He's terrible.
Yeah, imagine that.
Well, it's just
They're getting more of them.
Every time I hear Tom Kane, I have to go, it's not Bob Kane.
Yeah, King, not Kane. King.
Not King.
Kang.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting that Disney's trying to frame this like they're pivoting from all their DEI
Oh, God, no.
stuff. And
No.
she's got more than 30 years where her entire professional experience is DEI,
peddling.
even before DEI was a thing.
Correct. Yeah.
That is her entire experience. So we're not going to see anything different, or it's going to get worse.
So
That's the worst. That's the worst job you could ever have besides being head of HR.
Tom Connors and Gary and everyone else has said it, and it is exactly true. Disney is going to be the last to the party if they ever show up.
Right.
Yep.
Because a lot of studios in the last 2 years have started to push against this and are moving away from it.
Well,
Disney
even the
is
Oscars
doubling
got
down.
rid of their stuff.
Which I heard from I was watching a FNT the other night, and Gary and the reason that they did that, Gary suspects and others also suspected as well, is so they can give Oppenheimer a nod, a Best Picture nod. But it's not going to win. Don't be surprised if Barbie is the best picture of the year. Do not be surprised. It checks off every box
Yeah.
then,
Well, the
then
one-
we are
usually the
really.
one-
Please do. Please do.
Then-
And that would be a difference because usually the ones that win Best Picture here, you haven't fucking watched.
Right.
Not many people saw Parasite. till it
Which
won.
Which again, by the Oscar standards, is diverse. It is not diverse at all. That is not a diverse cast.
Yes,
it
it's
would
all-
be funny if
it's all Korean.
Oppenheimer wins.
Right.
Wakanda Forever's a diverse cast.
What, 2 people?
Lucky
white
Charms
looking-
commercials from the 90s were far more diverse than all of Hollywood right now.
They don't
And
know the
nobody
meaning of the
cared
word.
either.
Okay. Samurai Jack, the cartoon, is more diverse. It's a Japanese samurai voiced by a black guy.
We need to cancel it. We got to get them to hire a proper Japanese voice actor to
Sorry,
to
Lamar.
redo it now.
jobs from
Stop the Asian hate.
you
Stop
can't
the
take-
Asian
but
hate.
You can't take
So-
away
so what I
jobs
hate-
from victimized classes. I don't know.
We must have proper representation.
You know, if we're going to do this
marginalized,
properly, then
victimized,
we're going to have to ask Joker to stop pretending to be the Joker, do the voice, because you are Caucasian, but you have not fallen into a pit of chemicals, and your skin is not pure white. So
That
you know,
you know of.
that's that's true. You could be wearing a lot of makeup. Jack did that.
Well, and hey,
but-
you shouldn't take a job away from a mentally handicapped individual like Mark Hamill. Don't do that, Joke.
Oh,
How
okay.
could you?
I thought you meant me for a second. And I fuck you fractured. Wow. I stutter. I'm not retarded.
Wait a minute.
Why?
I was like, wait a minute. I don't think
The
that's
joke
what
was
Joker
good. His
is.
reaction was even better.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, did I miss something? What did I miss? On a shocking episode of something.
Shock's crying. Oh,
Hey,
might have
Jets
to leave
Marks.
again here in a second. It's taking a while for that shit to work.
That's true. Yeah.
Power Rangers was diverse. Yeah, just don't never say the White Ranger.
One for every color on the rainbow.
It's like that meme where it shows like green power, blue power.
Well, I
and it
think
shows
we
the white
actually need
guys
to-
in fucking handcuffs.
I think we need to actually we need to cancel the Power Rangers again. They are culturally appropriating another culture show. The Super Sentai series is Japanese. We have to cancel it.
So would that mean that every Japanese anime that America buys and puts onto American
And
TV
dubs over with American voices. Yes, it needs to be canceled as well.
Okay. Got
Learn
it.
to read, scrubs.
That's the rules. We just follow these rules. They
Well,
make them
there's
up.
But there's a lot
Yeah.
of white characters in anime.
But again, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Barbie wins Best Picture of the Year. Do not be surprised.
Who gives a shit who wins Picture of the Year?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't. Normies do.
But I'm saying, do normies care? Do normies actually care about that?
Normally
I
you
wouldn't
don't
even
watch
say
unless
that-
someone gets slapped.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that normies do. Hollywood cares. The people who are there.
Yeah.
And then the only other people outside of them that care are the ones that want to suck their dicks.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
and Barbie proved one thing. Woke is not going away. Woke is back on the table.
Yeah.
I kind of hope Nolan does the Bond stuff with the way he says he wants to do it.
How does he
security
want to do
pieces. Yeah. I really like Nolan. I don't know why I like him so much, but I like his movies. I loved Oppenheimer. I thought it was absolutely amazing.
It was
a very
good.
movie. I could have done without Forrest Pugh's tits, but
I was fine with boobs.
and him sitting there nude smoking a cigarette. But I'm like, I've done that.
Like you've never done that.
Do you feel represented?
I'm
with
nude from
the-
the waist down right now. Look.
Okay, Gavin.
I wasn't gonna pee on my computer. So I guess there's a new book that came out about Marvel Studios.
Yes, this book here. Mhm.
Yeah.
It is a glowing review of Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
Glowing, you say?
That Kevin can basically do no wrong. It doesn't completely vilify Ike Perlmutter, but it doesn't paint him in the greatest light. It was basically he was trying to inhibit Kevin's genius. We also found out that in this book that Brie Larson is basically disillusioned with the Marvel, and this may be the end of her in Marvel. This next film.
Oh, look at her trying to.
Which not to back Brie, but can you blame her? She was promised. She was promised to be the head of Marvel. She was going to be the face of the MCU going forward. And now she can't even stand alone in her own sequel, and she has been reduced to cameos.
Right, and it's going to be, they're saying it's going to be $50 to $75 million opening.
Has anybody broken down a contract that she had that specifically stated any of that, or has that just been word of mouth that that's what was happening?
The whole idea was that it was going to be.
I'm just.
It was going to be like the idea was going to be Chadwick before he passed, Brie, and Tom Holland. Those were going to be the three leaders, and of course, Brie would probably take it because she was touted to be the most powerful until Gaia came along. Yeah. So now we actually have a most powerful replacement for Brie. Actually, if you think about it, I wonder if that was a setup. Then, if you really kind of noodle that a little bit there,
but
I want to see her again. Highlight this real quick. Yes, or you could even use Idris in the past, and he could be the CIA agent.
Possibly,
that worked with Bond. Yeah, I agree with.
Yeah,
Kenzo
but that was. Yeah, but if they do it in the 60s, I don't know how many CIA agents were actually African Americans at the time.
The black guy in Bond was a CIA agent.
Not originally. Felix Leiter was always a white guy until Jeffrey, what's his name? Jeffrey Wright played him.
Yeah,
in the new series. But he was always a white guy. Hell, it was Jack Lord. Jack Lord played Felix Leiter. Hawaii Five-0, McGarrett. Jack Lord played Felix Leiter first.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh wait, that's right. I forgot we did have a black CIA agent, FBI agent or something. CIA in Indiana.
The Louisiana one. In Indiana Jones.
Indiana, a black woman CIA agent in 1960.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So back to this. So it talks about the Victoria Alonso stuff, and it you can infer like some stuff went on just from them talking about this.
That basically she got warned.
Yeah. Well, and so he had some major disagreements with her. They parted ways with her after she was president of physical and post-production, which Marvel is 90% post-production. So she had her hand in the biggest cookie jar.
Yep.
All right. Remind me, who's Victoria Alonso again?
She is the one who famously said about the X-Men that there's a lot of female. There's a lot of female heroes.
So why call it X-Men? It should be
because that sounds outdated. And of course,
you want.
And then of course the proper pronunciation of Namor as Namor.
Yes.
Rolling R.
Yeah, she was America Chavez, pushed for America Chavez in Doctor Strange. A lot of that, she screwed up a lot.
Ms. Marvel,
to put it that way.
Okay, she is also the one who had the mantle strategy. That it doesn't matter who you are, as long as you can just switch a costume and powers and put anyone in that, and it's the same thing.
It's just a costume. It's just a uniform. Anyone can wear the stars and stripes and be Captain America.
Right. Yep. Or anyone can wear purple and be an archer and you're Hawkeye.
Right.
So
anyone can lift Mjolnir, and you're Thor.
Yeah. Alonzo was terminated from a role in March of 2023. Kevin Feige did not intervene, nor was part of the decision regarding firing her, I'm sure. Broken one of Kevin Feige's cardinal rules after speaking against Disney CEO Bob Chapek. She spoke out against Chapek April 2022 after he failed to stand against Florida's anti-LGBTQIA Parental Rights Act. Not Don't Say Gay bill, which prevents the discussion of sexual orientation and gender in schools. The variety is still a little woke.
A little?
Supposedly, she was, Marvel Studios book added how Feige also told Alonzo she had outgrown her role and pushed her to keep her head down and do the work.
Oh,
that's my
Alonzo
favorite part.
refused to act on instructions to remove symbols from Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania to allow it for release in certain foreign markets, something that was done later anyways.
Correct.
That is probably why she was terminated. That is
Probably.
probably the whole reason why they probably would have turned their eye to her working with Amazon had she complied and not spoke out against Bob Chapek.
Good on her for sticking to her
gun, sure.
Yeah.
But
right.
I mean, I disagree with her, but hey, there's a lot of people out there who say all these things. I mean, Disney is the prime example. Say all these things, and then when it comes to another country with a different culture,
they shut it down real fast.
Yeah, I absolutely do not agree with her, but at least she stuck with it. I think it's absolutely hilarious that everybody else was telling her, look, we publicly say that we support these things, but you need to shut up a little bit because you're screwing us over.
Yeah.
I love that part.
Yeah, she spoke out against Chapek on an award stage.
Right.
But yeah, and then she got terminated due to her Oscar-nominated Argentina 1985 at Amazon, which marked a breach in her Disney contract. In other words, it opened a hole for them to just get rid of her.
Right.
Well, I mean, even if it wasn't, she almost certainly saw this coming and said, "Screw it, I'm going to go ahead and make another thing because they're going to get rid of me anyway."
No. This was not. She had Disney's stamp to do this. So long as she did not openly promote it, while there are still Disney projects in the works.
Okay.
So she said something on the red carpet at an awards show, and that's supposedly why she got fired. She was promoting the movie. She wasn't allowed to promote it.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah. Stop bounding. Stop being a dick.
The bounding is they need to do something about another ads.
Yeah, they're really bad. I was like kind of where I'm looking through it right now because they were fucking doxing me the other day when I was looking at some of this stuff. They were like putting like the town I live in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Get
that
your
really
oil
their?
changed. I'm sorry, bud. I changed
Isn't
my
that
oil when I work on cars.
not the ad stuff that does that, anyways?
That's
directly there.
Hold on. Just real quick, just some internet 101. It asks you for your permission for your location. Tell it no. You can use your zip code if for that kind of stuff, and the zip code is not giving it. The zip code is not nearly as invasive with all of this kind of stuff. Just don't give it permission for fuck all.
Right.
Jacob, did you delete that, or did YouTube do that?
Delete what?
Delete
I can
what?
see that here.
Oh, I didn't delete it.
I didn't delete it.
It said redacted on the YouTube side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe he removed. Maybe he removed.
Maybe he took it down. Yeah. All right. So maybe somebody can help me pronounce this name. Star Wars producer. Let's try to blow this up here. Wrong screen.
Kazan
decimates Ryan Johnson and J.J. Abrams as Lucasfilm's sequel trilogy. They didn't understand the story.
Duh.
Yeah, I think
all of us agree with that. To the Star Wars producer, Howard Kanjian, completely decimated the Walt Disney Company is handing the sequel trilogy that the filmmakers behind The Force Awakens and Last Jedi didn't understand the story. So, Script Trooper, we know this guy. Posted it out there. In the late J.W. Rensler's Howard Kenshin's A Producer's Life, says, generally speaking, I think the filmmakers of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi didn't understand the story. He elaborated. They didn't understand what a Jedi Knight was all about. That's the simplest way to put it. Skywalker's the story, and I think that's where they failed at it. I'm not talking about just Mark Hamill as Skywalker. It's overall psychology story of Skywalker and, of course, the Jedi Knights. The ardent fans know more about the storyline than the filmmakers. This guy is echoing exactly what we've been saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people who did those films are fans of Star Wars, like what Kevin Smith is fans of He-Man. they skim over it.
It's kind of
I've loved this forever. I kind of read it the other day. I know what I'm doing.
I read the Cliff Notes. I swear.
Yeah.
Kind of
at this movie.
I disagree. I don't think J.J. Abrams, and I don't think it was Rian Johnson, and frankly, I don't think Dave Filoni are fans of George Lucas Star Wars. I don't think so.
No.
I would say that they're kind of like to pull the line from Balin's skull from Ahsoka. I know I hate to bring that up again. But when he says he liked the idea of the Jedi. And I think that was meta commentary right there.
Oh, very was.
All of these new creators, they like the idea of Star Wars, but they don't like the execution of it. It doesn't fit for today. So we have to do something different.
We have to make it suitable.
The
for a
universe is
modern
fine,
audience.
but it has to be changed. Exactly. Like Fracture's just said. We need it seen through the modern eye as opposed to a story that's timeless. That's what's great about Star Wars.
And that goes back to what I said. They don't like George Lucas Star Wars.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
And who was that clown recently that said that too about, I want to reboot Star Wars and was not understanding that it's meant to be a timeless story that can be told through and that's why it's been so fucking popular.
Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah,
Matthew Vaughn.
I think that was
it. We're going to talk about. Yeah, that was on the list too.
But
yes, Jacob. So if anyone has not seen
so good Treasure Planet,
I like that one, Static.
Seriously? Okay, Jacob did like a 3-minute just taking clips from Treasure Planet. It is and Dave Filoni has just ripped off that film in so many ways.
I don't believe
Completely
Dave Filoni has ever ripped off anything.
Never.
Yes, he has. Yes.
He's the savior of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brad.
Pure original
Sorry,
content.
Brad.
Jacob, I seen your post this morning. I have not had a chance to watch that video. I've been doing stuff all day. I'm going to watch it as soon as this is over with.
Watch that too.
Jacob also shared with me a video after last week's stream, and I'm like, dude, you got to make that a short with Sabine and Ezra, and like Ezra falling to his death.
Yes. Oh my God!
Like 1,400 views.
That was hilarious.
That was
hilarious. So Beard and I were lucky enough to be on panels with a Roman, with a Jacob as well, and we were treated to Jacob's meme magic every week for this.
This stuff was gold.
Yeah, it's really gold.
And even brought, and Jacob with such attention to detail brought in the Wilhelm scream too.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Fracture, I think it was better than the video you had posted on Twitter.
Well,
I just see him hit the ground too.
Well, yeah, this was just from I just shared it from X-Wing, and that's
Yeah.
I saw it when I saw it.
You got to make sure if you make it a short, post it on Twitter too. So, but yeah, he sent me that video, and I'm like, dude, you got to make that a short. That's freaking hilarious. I really enjoyed that. I gotta get Jacob on here sometime.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the Marvels, if he's interested. Rivers is going to be on here, so
I gotta watch that in a couple of weeks.
Oh no!
But so he said, she said, I like. Was it no? They're talking about Marcia Lucas, also
Yeah,
decimated.
Marcia. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
the
furious they
reason-
killed
one of-
Han Solo. Absolutely, positively, there was no rhyme or reason to it.
Mhm.
Yes, Lucas
Mhm.
Jr. I thought you don't get the Jedi story, you don't get the magic of Star Wars. You're getting rid of Han Solo, and then the end of this last one, The Last Jedi, they have Luke disintegrate. They killed Han Solo, they killed Luke Skywalker, and they don't have Princess Leia anymore. They're spitting out movies every year, and they think it's important to appeal to a woman's audience. So now the main character is a female who's supposed to have Jedi powers, but we don't know how she got Jedi powers or who she is. It sucks. The storylines are just terrible, awful.
This is the biggest. This is one of the biggest problems. Is you've got Disney, who has primarily not to just calling a spade, but has marketed to girls their entire existence.
Right.
They've marketed to girls.
Mhm.
Now they acquired Marvel and Lucasfilm to counteract that. They bought properties that are 80% men is their audience. They bought 80-20 properties, but then promptly went with Lucasfilm to the Force's female, and after 10 years of success, decided to go the MCU route. And the results are obvious.
Yeah.
They had enough Disney princesses. What they didn't have was any Disney princes.
Right.
Yes. I'm sure this next topic, Fracture's gonna like rip the arms off his chair. Completely lose his shit. He's just gonna. We're gonna have to calm him down. Somebody get some Benadryl.
Oh boy.
You know, it'll be okay.
You're
Fracture.
hyping this up a bit much, sir.
Yeah,
You're
right.
hyping this up.
I can't see this. There it goes. Matthew Vaughn
Yeah.
detailed failed Superman trilogy pitch and says Star Wars has gone wrong and he'd reboot Luke Skywalker.
By
Everyone
all
will
means,
go back
fucking
crazy.
go for it. Fucking go for it. I've been calling that for fucking years. I've been waiting for them to do it. I've been partly convinced that they're still just trying to mold the world of Star Wars to fit their narrative. But I've been waiting somewhere down the line this might happen. But there's also
correct me if I'm
suspicions.
wrong.
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but part of the deal that George and Disney signed was they don't touch the OT.
Yes, I believe that. I believe that's part of it. And that's why I had to kind of change my own tune and go, okay, so maybe they aren't going to do that.
So are they waiting
more than? Sorry, go ahead.
Are they waiting for George to croak, and
Probably.
As soon as he does, that's when they announce we're doing a brand new OT.
This
Yeah,
guy
at
is
his
the guy
funeral.
from Kingsman.
Yeah.
I supremely enjoyed Kingsman. I kind of looked at it as a rebooted, modernized James Bond. The first movie I fucking love, especially when you type into the keypad to let the princess out. It's anal. I can't see it. I know it's up there. I can't see it.
I've been waiting.
I'm sure there are plans. I'm sure there are plans.
I'm sure they're waiting in the wings to make femboy Luke.
They're just drooling and salivating at it.
Which is going to make this next earnings call very interesting. What's up, Rio? So that's going to make this next earnings call really interesting.
Yeah,
and the annual shareholders meeting where they elect the new board, very interesting, because Nelson Peltz is going to get a seat. The question is how many more can he leverage on a board of 10?
Yeah.
How many other people can he get? Because I think he will get. I think this is just me. He's getting at least 3 seats.
Yeah, Peltz is a real threat to Iger.
Oh, they are terrified of him. And somebody said it, and let this be true. That as another board the member, if Peltz gets multiple seats to sit on the board, Ike Pearl the Mutter. That
be interesting.
Would be hilarious.
Yeah, because they pushed him out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes to this thing here. I didn't know he did First Class till I read this, which wasn't a bad movie. I enjoyed it. It was kind of interesting. Where is the line at? The Star Wars franchise is one that has gone in the wrong direction, and asked if he would turn down an offer to direct a Star Wars movie. Filmmaker said, "No, not so much. For me, doing a Star Wars movie is to play with the characters I love. If they said to me they'd reboot Star Wars and eventually have Luke Skywalker, Solo, Vader, and do it your version of it, everyone would say you're an idiot to try, but that would excite me." Yeah, I mean, it would be fun to play with that in your head. But I like the source material too much to fuck with it.
Right.
He also noted characters such as James Bond and various superheroes are often rebooted with different characters. Why are the Star Wars characters so hollowed from 1977 you can't redo it for a new audience? He asked.
The problem though with like Bond is that it was, or not a problem, but it was the problem like between Star Wars and Bond is that with Bond they already pre-established that they will recast the character. We had to establish in a continuity and consistency that these characters are played by these people and that these characters are acting in a particular way. Bond and stuff is the sandbox to allow you to play a little more.
Yes.
Now, and I have a question. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't James Bond 007 kind of a code name anyway?
Kind of,
yes.
yeah.
No,
Yes.
there's that idea. I think it's a fanfic idea that James Bond is the code name. 007 is the actual code.
Right.
But I don't think I don't agree with that fanfic idea.
Okay. I'm just
yeah, I know the theory you're talking about, where like it's just they give him the name each time. Whoever the new person is, he becomes James Bond.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, I've heard that.
so like Fractured Filter, you get assigned by MI6 to be 007. You change your name to James Bond.
Bond, yeah.
So you're no longer Fractured Filter. You are now Fractured James Bond.
We got that, by the way.
I read this article less like he's not so much talking about it like it's recasting James Bond. It reads to me more like Ghostbusters, the female version.
Oh, that's
no.
He wants to recast.
He wants to redo for a new audience. It's not recasting the character, because so many of us are on board with get Sebastian Stan in there. He can play that role great. This reads like I just want to be in the Star Wars universe and do my own thing, but use the
like
same
Dave.
names. Yeah, well, kind of like that, but
exactly
even
like-
more
yeah.
closely tied to the original trilogy.
Right.
Which
Yeah, but I see exactly what you're reading there, Beard. It's like, it's a quote: Star Wars is a Skywalker family, and that's where I think they've gone wrong. They forgot. They've done brilliantly in TV, but it needs an epic new film. That's what I would do. Everyone is going to go batshit crazy, but let's bring it on. If you want a new generation, make the movie for them.
The old generation, hopefully you make it well enough that they enjoy it.
And
That's what they just did.
And
They
what
did
t-
that.
and
Yep,
what TV shows? What TV shows has he watched done brilliantly?
If he's talking
I mean,
about
I enjoyed
anything other
Mando
than
season
Star
1 and 2, but
Wars,
it has no rewatchability. It's not timeless.
yeah,
Right.
but that's
So.
exactly what was done, because everyone knows that The Force Awakens is just basically a reboot of New Hope, a little bit of
Right.
Empire sprinkled in, just with all new
Yeah.
characters. It's the same storyline, just badly done for a new generation.
Have you seen his Spider-Man Superman trilogy he wanted to do?
No.
He said it would have harkened back to the tone of Richard Donner's 1978 Superman, included villains such as Lex Luthor, Zod, and Brainiac. So I think Donner nailed it, Vaughn said. Wonder Woman worked very well because it was basically a Donner Superman film, but reimagined as Wonder Woman. I would have done a modern version of Donner. Our big idea that Krypton doesn't blow up. It does eventually. The dad was right, but he got his timing wrong. When Superman is grown up and suddenly there's a mass exodus and all hell breaks loose.
This is a
That
comic.
was our main
This
idea.
is a storyline.
I was gonna say, wasn't it a comic storyline already?
I
World of
think he
Krypton.
pitched it with Mark
The
Millar.
World of Krypton, which is what the world, yeah. And they've already done a remake of the Donner film. It was called Superman Returns.
Yeah.
You know, but this is why that comic didn't work either. Because now we got the House of El, we got House of Zod on another planet. I mean, that was now Zod's kind of like a anti-hero. He's no longer a bad guy anymore.
Oh no,
he's like leading a whole new group of Kryptonians, if I recall correctly in the comics. It takes away the thing that made Superman special.
Yeah, I don't really read comics. I follow a lot of people who talk about them, so I'm a little bit more knowledgeable than probably your average pleb, but I didn't know about that. I just read that line and thought this is just an excuse for them to have more Superman level villains for him to fight.
Yeah,
they don't want to have to figure out creative ways for him to be brought down to somebody else's level, or for Lex Luthor to use his intellect to gain an upper hand. They just want to have a knockdown, drag out brawl.
They don't need to think.
They want
There's
more
the
Zack
blueprint.
Snyder action flick stuff.
Yeah.
We
now,
have
he
blueprints.
say
It's
one
been
thing,
done
and
for 70 years.
Well, and it was
He
done
does
well
say-
in the 90s cartoon for Superman, where they introduced characters that were not uber tier, but were able to fight Superman
Parasite.
in a unique way.
Bring in the Parasite.
And that is bring in Lobo. I mean, but
well, I mean, look, Batman
this is
fought up to Superman levels.
right. But this is what made Lex Luthor such a great villain, is because he is the smartest guy in the room. Absolutely.
Right,
I mean, there was what was it? There was the last episode of Justice League Unlimited when Luthor discovers the anti-life equation, when Megatron takes him in to discover it, and Megatron says, you cannot enter. It takes a level 12 intelligence. And Luthor's like, then I'm overqualified.
Yeah. He does say a good. I like this opinion here from him. He said his Kingsman star Taron Egerton would make a fine Lex Luthor. Rumors of Egerton circling the role of Wolverine pop up in social media from time to time. But Vaughn
Nicholas
said
Hoult.
the actor is better suited for a Superman villain. He'd be
And Nicholas
better as
Hoult.
Lex Luthor, Vaughn said. Huh?
Nicholas Hoult.
As Luthor?
For Lex Luthor?
Yeah. Yep.
I really like Taron Egerton. He has a great range. It would be interesting to see him in a villain role. He's always played the good guy or Elton John.
I feel like Lex should be a little older still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on when you go in there and you can age him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he talks about Bond. He says, Kingsman is his Bond, which I agree with. Yes, Kingsman is his
Right.
Bond. It was a pretty good job of modern day James Bond.
Which is the key example of, if you don't want to play in that sandbox and
Make your own.
play by the rules of that world, you make your own.
Well, that's exactly like what Lucas did. He couldn't get the property rights to
Probably Flash Gordon or Buck Rogers or
I
whatever
think it's
it
Buck
was.
Rogers.
Yeah.
And so then he was like, all right, fine, I'll create something of my own. And
Use it.
There you go.
Find an inspiration, which is what Matthew Vaughn did with Kingsman. He had inspiration from James Bond and took it to a different level. It's not
Are those
hard.
movies worth watching? I've never watched them.
The first one is fun. The first one's fun.
All right, so I'm going to play a video real quick. I'm going to relog. It's being stupid for me again. Yep,
Your
Joker's showing a
things.
nipple on my screen. there his logo just popped up. All right, we're going to play this, and I'm going to be right back. Hit play.
Boxed wine.
What?
It's been helping divorced, middle-aged, childless women
Right. Was playing.
It was playing.
Oh,
yeah,
it was playing.
It was playing for me.
It's delayed for me.
It was playing, and then Wookie started talking, and then he now he's gone. All right, the show is ours, boys. Let's
when
go.
he comes back, I'm gonna have to bail out because it's doing the same shit to me now.
Go ahead and bail. I got you.
I'll be back.
Like 10 little Indians. Everyone's dropping.
Well, so what it does is you go to put a chat up like this, and it doesn't show it. It puts everybody's cameras up. It's not there. And then when you take it down, it's still on the screen. And then everything starts acting wonky. Streamlabs really needs to fix this.
Yeah, for the money that's paid for this freaking thing.
Yeah, so 135. It's fine. I got some bookmarks. I got some randoms. This one goes into Matthew Vaughn again.
Oh.
Popular.
Let me share my screen again. Here's some audio. Okay, so play audio. Let me get this. Matthew Vaughn to direct a reboot of Kick-Ass. This guy loves his reboots, doesn't he?
Why though?
What's wrong with the first one?
I say you bring back the original characters and do it where they have kids or something.
Yeah.
Nah, leave it.
I don't know. I watched the movie. It was okay. Tried to go through the comic, and that was just depressing, more deconstruction superhero nonsense bullshit. And I was like, all right, no thanks.
Yeah.
But I mean, the movie was at least a little bit less dreary than the comic was. But I mean,
I enjoyed.
I don't know why this is like the whole what's gone on with Spider-Man. They've like rebooted it so freaking early on. It's like, of course, nobody's gonna really care as much.
No, I probably wouldn't watch reboot, even though it's Matthew Vaughn. I mean, like, he does do some stuff that's kind of cool. So he did Argyle, starring Henry Cavill and Bryce Dallas Howard. That movie actually looks pretty interesting. Argyle does.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, it really does actually look pretty interesting. I'm interested to watch it. Guys, there's an L missing right here.
There's a what?
An L missing for tackle.
The AI doesn't know how to spell.
Like, that shit didn't pop up red for you. That's the only reason why people can read my shit. According to the outlet, Vaughn plans to tacky a reboot of Kick-Ass following Argyle's release. Vaughn said during the panel presentation, Kick-Ass changed people's perception of what a superhero film is. We're doing it again. None of the other characters from the Kick-Ass are in it, though. We'd like to have them back after the reboot. I can't really talk about it, but it's fun.
If you want to change people's perception of superheroes again, just make a good superhero movie again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, plain and simple. The guy that played fucking Kick-Ass, have you seen him lately? He was in Bullet Train.
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, he's fucking ripped.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was Quicksilver, right? He was in good shape then too.
Yeah. I there was a rumor going around he was going to be the new Bond, and I'm for that. I think he'd be fine as Bond.
He was in that Godzilla movie too.
I was gonna bring that up, and I'm like, I hope he's more than a plank of wood than he kind of was in the Godzilla movie.
Yeah. Bullet
Train
wasn't really good.
He wasn't horrible, but it was just like he really didn't bring a whole lot of charisma to the.
Yeah, go watch Bullet Train. It'll probably change your mind of him.
Yeah, go watch Bullet Train. I've got Bullet Train.
Yeah, Bullet Train is a good fucking movie.
Do you know his wife?
Who?
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Do you know who his wife is? Samantha Louise Taylor Johnson. Born March 4th, 1967.
1967. So she's older than I am.
She's older she's older than
He's
me.
33.
What does she look like, though?
She's 56.
Yeah. Yep. He's
her brother's
33.
born in 68.
I remember
Yeah,
hearing
pull
about
up a
that
pic.
a long time ago.
But is she hot? Where's the picture? Come on, share it.
Hold on.
Hey, you drop a bomb on us like that, you don't have any.
Yeah, I mean, come on, where's she at?
Hold on. She's British.
Mm.
Come on screen. Here we go.
Well, yeah.
And Godzilla, all he needs to do is be a giant giant lizard, though.
Right. Which I always found weird because Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen are in that film.
Yeah.
And
As husband and wife.
Yeah, as husband and wife, but yet in Age of Ultron, they're brother and
It's just West by God, Virginia, and Hollywood.
Is that not working?
Hold on, I gotta pull it up. I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
Oh, she's doable.
yeah, she probably does butt stuff.
I mean, she's got a few years under her belt. Maybe she knows all the extra moves that people don't tell you about.
You know,
I mean, he looks happy.
Yeah, I mean, more power to him.
Hey,
Yeah,
Good
Some
for
people
her.
rock on,
I
both.
mean,
give me a cougar.
this is, I guess, when they started dating.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah,
Oh.
that looks. I'm like, oh wow.
That's some Mary Kay Letourneau stuff.
he really needs to keep the facial hair going to keep that from looking.
Yeah,
creepy.
you know, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang,
This here, he looks like a freaking gigolo.
But hey,
Well,
he looks
a bullet
happy.
thing right there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Oof, that's
Well, he's
the-
British too, right?
Yeah, he's British.
I believe so, yes. Which
Oh, okay.
speaking of Aaron Taylor Johnson, last time I was on the show with this guy here, where he was the co-host. We did a live action fan casting of a Thundercats film. How we would do it, and I had Aaron Taylor Johnson as Lion-O.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot put that on stream, Static.
Sure you can.
That's why you're hiding, Static.
There's no.
That's
there's
why.
no-
And that's why Static is hiding now.
It's safe. That's just under.
Is this the MFer?
Has Jed possessed Static?
Hey, I just
cos-
thought we'd be
Jed is
celebrating
cosplaying
the
as Static.
season. Like it would be fitting, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Holy crap!
This is Static level
Hello
stuff
there.
for the pregame.
I'm gonna show
Hello
you
there.
how to fight for your motherfucking life. You start swinging that bitch. You start swinging that bitch. And you get him from behind. Surprise that motherfucker.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna show you how to fight.
Jesus.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my god.
I cannot unsee that now. That is just.
You can't unhear that.
It's not about us.
I don't know if I can show this, but I'm going to show it.
I don't know if I can do it, but for $20, girl, you charge way too little, dear.
Call it younger, you can call it tax higher, but my ex for the time fucking fire.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, here we are.
Well, she's having
that's
fun
where
with it,
we're
I
at.
guess.
Pinnacle
Wow.
of civilization.
Giant
Let's show
meteor any day now.
What's that quote? We're not gonna make it, are we? Humans, I mean.
Superman, don't stop. Superman, please don't stop. Don't stop the missiles. Don't stop them.
Just let him drop.
Yes.
Oh god, yeah.
Is this a segment of retards and cars?
That's fine. No worries.
She gets out of the car.
You got any weapons on you, anything like that? You do me a favor and just lift up real quick. No.
Yeah.
Just your jacket.
Oh.
Turn around.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Full boat, wasn't she?
Oh my god. Is this the breathalyzer test again?
Blow into what?
Breathalyzer test.
No, the breathalyzer. Excuse me, ma'am. Mind if you zip? Oh, it's the breathalyzer test. Okay.
This will probably get a conversation going here.
Oh, I saw this.
Why is everybody saying Gen Z is going to get drafted? Like, no, the fuck we're not. And you know why I know that? Because we're just going to say no. Like, how are they going to actually force us to get up and go to work?
Oh,
I
wow.
understand it was like that. In,
Sweet
like,
summer
the
child.
1940s.
You have no idea.
40s?
What else is there to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you going to force us? Oh, you'll go to jail.
They will go get you. You either go or you go to jail.
I hope you like Canada.
Yeah. Bill Clinton liked it for a while.
Yeah, he did.
You know what? I'm going to go find a bunch of Star Wars articles.
We have
And
things
we're going
to
to talk about that Thursday.
A bunch of Star Wars. What?
Wow.
Roll all over my show for Thursday.
Don't do it. Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Dude, it's on the list. It says Gen Z draft.
Yeah.
This weekend's pregame show
could've
is
said,
on
"Don't
Sunday.
do that."
Something.
I didn't see. I was busy yesterday. I didn't look at the list.
Oh, okay.
Because we're just gonna
Do it
say
nowadays.
that is
We
hilarious.
have twerk.
It's
Be
still a good
bisexual,
topic, though.
Eat hot chip. Bye.
We're,
And we're
How does
also, like,
being
really mentally
bisexual?
ill.
I mean,
I have like 6 of these.
so yeah, that's
that I kind of agreed with. Yeah, you should.
6 of these.
Wow, Jacob.
He may
Nice
like
reference
that.
there.
He may like that.
Yep. Yeah,
Nice
he just said he's
reference there,
bisexual, so
I get to go to prison. That prison, I will go now. Oh my god.
Fine.
oh my god.
I mean, 3 hot nuts in a cot, so
What makes you think I'm qualified to have a gun? Like, within 600 feet of anybody, including myself. And finally, like, guns are, like, so tacky. Like, can you imagine just, like, pulling up with a gun? Like, that is so fucking embarrassing. Like,
Go
what
to the
is
south
this, the
side of
Revolutionary
LA.
fucking war? No. Like, let's just chat. Let's just talk.
Go to the south
There's
side
no
of LA.
need for all the, like...
So the only
like,
problem,
no.
so like when he starts talking about like pulling up with a gun and that being like cringy or whatever, like I'm like, okay, this sounds like satire, but he's so like kind of like that flaming kind of thing going on that it's a little hard to believe.
right.
Hey,
Now,
Yeah.
and to address his point of, we'll just talk about it. We'll just talk in chat. At the point war is happening, the talking has stopped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, to kind of address what Static said is, I think this is satire, but the
You hope
problem
it's
is
satire. That's the
it's
thing.
the world is crazy enough that it's believable. So even if this specific video is satire, there are people who think exactly like this.
I
So
don't think it is.
I keep
don't
going
think
back
it
and
is.
forth. See, the only thing that really makes me think that is when he says, like, we're busy working, we have jobs, we're
Yeah,
getting
you don't.
by,
No, they
and
don't.
we have too many mental illnesses, and he picks up his pill bottle and says, I have 6 of these. Now, granted, a whole bunch of people out there are proud of how many mental illnesses they have. And again, like I said, I want to say this is satire, but there's too many stupid people that it's still possible that it's not. And I hate that.
Yep. 100%.
So we got this. This dropped on Twitter. I'm actually interested in seeing this movie. Never cared about the video game. Never cared
Except,
about any of this stuff.
except they made a stupid mistake.
What's
What?
that?
I saw somewhere, what was it? I think it was Culture, said that they're going to release this on Peacock the day before it opens in theaters.
Uh,
Who's in charge of it?
Dead
That's so
on
stupid.
arrival.
Works for me.
Well,
I
it's
can see it for free.
Blumhouse. They only need to make
I
like
mean,
$30 million.
yeah.
It's fucking paid for.
Well,
They already said that this has been paid for from the streaming companies. They're already making a profit.
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well,
It would have been really interesting to
Okay,
see what
so-
the box office numbers would have done without that, because this
Yeah.
is something different. They're putting something on the line. Now, granted, I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's, the kids were eating that shit up a few
They
years
still
ago.
are. They still are.
Are they still?
Yeah, but
Okay,
those kids
okay,
now
so-
are driving cars and stuff.
My son's
so-
outgrown it, obviously, but back when he
Yeah, but
was
Well,
he's
there's newer generations that are coming along and getting
What
exposed
does
to it
Manuel
just the
think about
same.
the movie?
Okay. Here's the thing about Hollywood. Hollywood is at least 3 years behind everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Is Manuel going to go watch this movie?
I don't know. Maybe we'll go see it together. I didn't give a shit about the game, but the trailer on this looks amazing.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go through this real quick. I think I like Blumhouse films. They usually do a pretty good job of leaving shit out, like compiling with the program. So.
Five Nights at Freddy's is very intense.
A thrill ride. It's terrifying.
Five Nights is
Scary.
scary.
Yeah, some of the stuff in this looks good.
I watched the trailer for. I forgot. Like, I think it's got played randomly on because with YouTube now you have to kind of basically have your head blocker off. It was played in a trailer, I think, through one of those, and I watched it. I was like, I guess it doesn't seem bad for anybody that digs that sort of stuff. Crazy animatronics come to life and killing people. I guess there's something to that. It looked cheap as shit, but like at the same time, it kind of had its effect for it. It worked.
Yeah, I mean, so this kind of looks cheap, but it kind of looks real. Look at the detail in the fingernails.
It's kind of like I got the because I'm unfamiliar with the game myself, so I was like, oh, it's like if all the animatronics at Chuck E. Cheese or some shit like that went psycho and started killing people.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, I guess that could be
about
that
the soul
could be
of
fun.
a child killer being stuck in animatronics or something like that, like if Freddy Krueger possessed him.
Like a
Yeah,
Chuck E.
kind
sort of
of.
thing.
The lore behind that gets really crazy. I know a little bit about it, and it's convoluted as hell. But
It's definitely not kids' material.
It really isn't.
But kids are like buying there's at my work where we have the book section, it's like there's an ass ton of these fucking Five Nights at Freddy's books in the young adult section, but it's all younger kids that are eating this stuff up, and can't count how many kids going through the toy sections looking for those freaking Five Nights at Freddy's figures.
Oh, this is gonna make them a lot of money.
One way or another, yeah.
The one, yes.
Visceral.
Super creepy. It's out of this world.
Like, I just want to see the animatronics.
Okay, so
Jim Henson Studios did all the animatronics.
What?
Wait,
Yeah.
whoa,
Really?
whoa! Is Henson still owned by Disney though?
Yes.
Ugh.
However, Lucasfilm does a lot of VFX for a lot of people.
Right.
That's mainly what keeps the doors open, my understanding.
Well, which ILM does.
Yeah, ILM. Yeah. But yeah, so this is a Henson production company setup.
So it's a Disney.
Not Disney. They're involved in making it. It's a Blumhouse production.
Okay.
But it's all Jim Henson.
It's so weird.
Okay,
So weird.
So it's kind of like a Sony Spider-Man film.
Yes, it's kind of like Sony Spider-Man. Yeah.
Okay.
Then I guess because back in the day, Jim Henson Company's basically been owned by Disney for the longest time, right?
For quite some time, yes.
It was owned by.
Was that even when they did Farscape? Because Jim Henson did the puppetry for Farscape for the aliens and stuff.
Yeah.
I believe Henson.
That was early 2000s, late 90s, right?
Yeah, I want to say late 90s.
Henson even did Yoda. That's a Henson puppet.
Well,
yeah,
it was
Frank Oz.
Frank Oz.
Yeah.
Since 2000, it's been headquartered in the Jim Henson lot and Charlie Chaplin Studios. When did they get bought by Disney?
I want to say late 90s because
they got bought by Lucasfilm, and that's how they got them.
Okay,
they're part of ILM.
Hold on. So there was some works of it. Following Henson's death, neither Disney or Jim Henson Productions could come to accord. Henson remained
2004.
an independent company.
Oh.
Okay. 04.
Yeah, they were negotiating before his death, and then when he died, that fell through. Disney eventually acquired the rights to Muppets and Henson's in 2004.
Okay.
So
that would have been
that
after.
explains that then.
Yeah, I thought they were part of ILM before all that.
No. So let's see. When did they do?
I think Henson did the Dark Crystal too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is such a fucking creepy kids
I
movie.
need to
Jesus.
And Labyrinth.
Yeah, I need to
Labyrinth's
watch
fucked up, too.
both of those movies.
And Labyrinth.
Yeah, Farscape was done before it was purchased.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still need to watch Labyrinth and Dark Crystal.
You've never seen Labyrinth?
No.
What?
Once when I was young.
I've heard all about it, dude. I mainly watched Godzilla movies as a kid, so
yeah, we can tell.
That's okay, Fractured. I've seen it once. It's fine.
I remember being in preschool and them having it up on the black and white TV, tube TV on the wall.
Wait until he
Sitting there
hears I
watching
haven't
Go-
seen Princess
Cut your
Bride
off.
either.
Dark Crystal better.
You bring me on to with these plebs. Okay, come on now.
Oh, all right. Let's finish this up.
We're going to have so much fun together.
That's straight Bloomhouse right there at the end.
I
With
mean,
the fucked up videotape.
I'll watch it because I work because my end of the week is Thursday night going into Friday morning.
Whoa, what was that?
Hell.
I don't know, but I'm gonna have to mute it because it sounds like copyright music.
So I'm just gonna show this at work.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, it definitely has potential to be good for people who like the games and the books and such. Because if I caught that end slide correctly, the story is by the creator of the games and everything, so it should keep in tone with everything. So I'm not a fan of the games, but
my understanding is
Creator
supposed to be
almost get canceled a while
correct.
ago. I thought the creator got canceled a little while ago, so I'm surprised. He
Yeah,
got
so
back to
he
it.
came out. He voted for Trump.
Yeah, that was
Oh, God forbid.
I know.
Canceled.
How dare he?
And
But
so
I
he
could have
quit.
sworn like that happened. I mean, I guess maybe he stuck to his guns. I don't know. I didn't
wait till
hear.
people find out that
doing
he
his
was
own
like,
thing.
yeah, wait till people find out he was like a hardcore Christian and made Christian games before Five Nights at Freddy's.
So you got your Patreon thing up in your background. There you go.
It goes away.
So there's a new Elden Ring coming out, or another
Aw.
Soulsborne game coming out. Looks pretty
Game
interesting.
That explain?
What?
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs with swords.
Okay, this is a mod, right?
No, this is the game they're making.
Yeah, this,
What?
Yeah.
This reminds me of like Instagram
can't-
films I've seen with dogs with swords.
why
This
can't
can't
I
be real.
just have a- Why can't
This
I
can't
just
be
have
real.
a dinosaur that fights like a dinosaur?
They
have little
there are games
hands.
that do that.
Little hands and feet.
Yeah.
I think it's
I've seen
called
this and I'm
something-
like, no way. This is pretty interesting.
Lost a tail.
Very, very, very silly, very comical.
Better be
but-
more than $20.
So
I hope they're not
yeah,
putting too
it's,
much effort into it.
Probably
It's
not.
like dinosaur samurais.
this is the guy that's doing it. Is a Spotify music by this guy. This is the guy that's doing it.
Let me guess. He worked for the Lucasfilm.
Gene Neugen. Update week.
Dinosaurs with nunchucks.
So this is week 3 on Dino Sword, a personal game project.
Oh,
Rough
damn.
animations for now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I mean,
Dino
more power
Sword.
to him. I mean, he's
Yeah.
he's putting he's Iron Aging it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So we are at 2 hours, guys. We're gonna go around the horn. We're gonna go the same pattern this time. Hopefully, guys have more to say this time. Beard, what do you got coming up, man?
I got a busy week this week. My policy has always been to say yes to any invite, but I might have to revise that because
Yeah.
I was only so many days during the week. Tomorrow I'll be on with After the Weekend, JT Gunn and R2 the Icky for a review of the movie Evolution.
Oh, great movie.
Spoiler,
I love those guys.
I love it. That's gonna be a good time. Then I'll be back on Wednesday with JT Gunn for another one of his October specials. This one's gonna be Texas Cryptids. And I figure being a Texan, I have to be there. Thursday, back on with Roman of the Empire. That's what Evil Dead 2?
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness, that's right. And then Saturday, back again with the After the Weekend Guys for Weekend Harder. I don't have the details on that one, but the Saturday streams get a little bit more interesting sometimes. So, and then people can always follow me on Twitter/X, because who knows where I'm going to show up.
All right. I will say, if you're going to do Evolution with them, get a bottle of Head and Shoulders.
Yeah,
you can hold it up when they announce it. There you go. There you go.
That's the Selenium.
Product placement.
Fucking,
The Selenium.
fucking excellent movies all the way around. I will say I'm a fan of all those movies. It's pretty cool. Have fun with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's too bad Roman shows on Thursdays and I'm on this asshole next to me's show.
You can quit. Shit. No one's holding you back.
Damn.
He's here every Sunday with me, so I'm there every Thursday with him. Brad, what do you got going on this week, sir?
Well, sort of Beard said, real life sometimes get in the way of stuff, and I'm dealing with trial stuff right now. So,
trial stuff, like you're
yeah,
a lawyer or something. I don't
actual like real legal work. So that kind of put threw me for a little bit of loop last week. So I didn't even get to do a review of Loki, and I don't feel that bad about it.
Shucks.
No,
I know, because no one's
still have
watching
not
it
watched
anyway.
1 minute of it. Still have not watched one.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just getting ready for the Marvels. That's coming up in a couple weeks. Can't wait to have my brain news out there. Otherwise, I'll probably pop up Thursday night on Static Show, and then return on Sunday. And if I come up with something to do a video on, I will. Nothing's inspiring me right now. Otherwise, I'll just probably hang out in the chats of some of the other shows at night.
Fracture, I know you got a whole bunch of shit going on. You're on vacation.
Yeah, I'm on vacation. I, for some reason, got hooked into all this shit. It just happened to work out that way.
That always how it works.
Right. Yeah, tomorrow night I'll be on Master Swag King's stream over on Rumble, 7 p.m. We'll be talking, I don't know what exactly. It hasn't really mentioned that.
Nightwing.
Cool. We'll see what happens. Then Tuesday night, Nerdy Neo will be talking gaming there, so it'll be, as always, refreshing. And Wednesday, I believe, me, Static, and Melee Games, we're going to be playing the Ghostbusters. What the heck is that again? The Ecto. What is it again? Hang on.
I don't know what it's called.
Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed. So, and that's kind of a 4v1 sort of game. So hopefully that'll be a blast. Last time I was playing games with Melee, it was pretty enjoyable. So that should be a riot, because James especially makes things pretty chaotic. And then I'll be at Thursday. I'll be on Static's pregame as always, and Saturday night Seth should be returning this week. And Lord knows I've grabbed plenty of topics for us to talk about, so we'll be getting into it. Otherwise, that it. And I'll be probably doing a stream tonight, playing more Mario Wonder, and then through the rest of the week, probably mixing it up between that and playing Knights of the Old Republic in the mornings.
So if you go live tonight playing Mario Wonder, don't forget to drop it in the DMs. So,
sure, I'll be sure to do that.
I really enjoyed watching him play that last night. It looked like so much fun.
It actually, I was rather surprised, pleasantly surprised. It was pretty fun.
I'm shocked they have Republican characters in there, and they turned into an
I know the whole elephant. I mean, the elephant representation. I gotta say, and as a big bodied thing, I felt seen. It was very fantastic to have that on screen. I'm very happy for that.
I was like, wait, he's the elephant. He voted for Donald Trump. And of course, I was busting his balls. I was on a stream, and I was like, you picked Luigi, the retarded brother? Joker, what are the 55 things you have going on this week?
Right. So tomorrow morning, last week's news now. Wednesday will be my comparison with the Tara Strong incident and comparing it to the Gina Carano, and why there's not more talk about Tara Strong. Just my thoughts on that. Friday will be my final review of creepy, spooky, scary stuff, not really horror, for the month of October, which will be my quick review of the film legend. And then streaming Monday and Friday at the new time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. No, I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern time for Legion Talk. Monday is for Game of Thrones. We are at the season finale of season 5. Friday is Friday Night's Royal Rumble, talking about the week in pop culture. And then Thursday with this guy right here, Roman of the Empire at 5 p.m. Pacific time, talking about Army of Darkness.
Nice.
And I will say, you guys over on Legion Talk are killing me with the 10 o'clock time. Like,
Sorry.
Friday, I was so bored. I'm like, should I go live and just fucking do something? Because it's like a dead air between FNT and Legion.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I had to find stuff to watch. It's like, I'm like watching cooking videos and shit. And I'm like, I think
you watching Cat
start. And then you guys overlapped like
Samael, yeah.
Well, Samael, Ball Busters, all those.
It's
so Friday nights,
you know
I had
what?
like all 3 screens are streams. That's what I do.
Jesus.
2 screens are Legion because I'm watching Jokers and I'm watching Legion. I try to be fair on that.
Yes.
But yeah,
And-
like
and
I know
say, "Shut up,
Ryan's got
Shadow."
some stuff going on.
Right.
And but yeah. Static, what do you got going, man? I know you got like 15 videos cooking, 3 live streams.
Yeah, so I've got a video coming out on Canadian healthcare later. I've got a video coming out on Kamala Harris being a dumb bitch. I've got
What?
a
No.
Yeah, she's
So
an
a day
idiot.
that
You're gonna have to
ends
offer
in
proof.
Y.
You're gonna have to offer
She
proof,
is,
sir.
but she is stunning and brave.
I've got another. So after this, I'm gonna go make a video on Tara Strong. I've got some things. There's some comments in this article that I found that are interesting, and so there's that. And then I might stream Lords of the Fallen tonight. Depends on. I don't want to stream over the top of Filter Fractured here. I don't want to,
Yes.
don't want to step on any toes. But I might stream that tonight. I think I'm gonna make that Saturday night stream a regular thing. And then Wednesday got games with Melee Games, going to play that Ghostbusters thing. Hopefully it's not an entire shit show. and then Thursday we've got my show, which we got a nice little preview for today, because we will talk more about that bi twinkish person some more. And then God, I hope that's it before next Sunday where I'm back here.
Right.
Next time, read the doc and be like, hey, don't pull that up.
Yeah, I was out all day yesterday.
Hey, that's good. You got out of the house. I didn't.
Touch some grass. It's fine.
So the only thing I have going on, I have a thing on an insurance company hiding children's prescriptions from their parents. It has to deal with the federal government and stuff like that I'm going to go into. To the company out of Carolina, North Carolina.
I need to look
Wonder
over
what
those
that
two,
could
'cause I
relate
think
to.
that might be good for Thursday.
Yeah, it relates back to the White House and some comments they made. I'm working on it slowly. I should have it out probably about Tuesday.
No idea what those drugs would be.
Yeah. I'm working on that, and because I normally do review stuff and pop culture stuff, but I do some of that shit because I get pissed off and it involves little kids.
See you, Jacob.
Later, Jacob.
Wookie, I have one quick thing.
What?
Thursday's guest is Shaka Zulu.
Nice. But other than that, yeah, I'm a mean asshole that says nasty things on Twitter. Have a good one.